This is an important moment of the deep transformation of the alliance, which reflects the need and, of course, the ambition of the European member states to strengthen their contribution to the common defensive capabilities of the alliance. Because the conflicts in the neighborhood, especially in the armed clashes in Ukraine and in the Middle East, clearly show that the guarantee of the security of their citizens is an indispensable responsibility and requires systematic efforts, especially for Bulgaria. With the strengthening of our own national defensive capacity, our country is turning into an important factor of stability in the critical and strategically important for the Alliance Black Sea region. And in this connection, our country contributes its efforts to build its own defensive capabilities, but also for the development of our defensive industry and science. The achievement of the goal of NATO for 5% of the gross domestic product for defense means for us the development not only of the classical defensive capabilities, but also investments in infrastructure, connectivity, digital stability, and cybersecurity. And it is very important that today the Forum of the Defensive Industries is held here, because this gives an opportunity to overcome the fragmentation in the European defensive industry. Of course, this issue will be discussed, but I want to say that a number of Bulgarian governments have supported Ukraine systematically and everywhere, with financial, medical, humanitarian, and military support. But all the Bulgarian politicians who promised the most financial support for Ukraine did very little for the development of our economy and for securing funds in our budget. So Bulgaria will support Ukraine financially within our capabilities, without, of course, affecting social expenses. And we have to take into account the great deficit that our previous governments caused. Our position is that Europe should ensure such opportunities for people in Greenland to self-determine. And I think that a rational solution can be found, so that Greenland at the moment provides an opportunity to base military equipment, so that this process can simply be expanded. This topic is periodically raised. I do not expect this to happen, and I think that Europe stands united for giving in this dispute.
Could you repeat your question?
Do you think this alliance is united? President Trump's comments suggest otherwise.
I believe that the global security challenges are pushing us to stay united. We don't have other choice, but we need to stay very reasonable. We need comprehensive assessment of the security challenges. And that's why we need to take into account all the security circumstances. And we need to stay united, of course. But we need to lead and we need to organize our policy in this manner, not to escalate. Not to escalate in Ukraine, not to escalate in Iceland, not to escalate in the Middle East.
What is your message to Russia and Vladimir Putin? Russia is shooting ballistic missiles on Kiev every week, every night. What is your message to the Kremlin?
My message is clear. I mean, we, the collective West, have been trying to achieve a conventional victory over the biggest nuclear power without having enough capabilities to counter their hypersonic missiles. And this is increasing dramatically the risk of escalation. This is increasing dramatically the risk of involving nuclear answer, and this is very, very dangerous. That's why we need to develop conditions as soon as possible for diplomacy and peace and not to escalate.
Russia is a long-term security threat to the alliance.
This is the statement from the summit from 2022. But again, we need to find all the conditions that lead to peace, sustainable and just peace. Thank you.
that it stopped its military aid to Ukraine. How can you describe the cooperation, defense cooperation?
I cannot please hear your question, please. Could you come close?
How can you describe currently the Bulgarian-Ukrainian military cooperation? Because Bulgaria stopped its military aid, it declared it.
Yes, I have just said that we have exhausted our capabilities to provide military support. I mean weapons and munitions from the warehouses of the Bulgarian armed forces. We have provided 13 packages. We don't have anything less to supply to Ukraine. What we can do, this is technical military assistance. What does it mean? We can guarantee that we can accept military equipment to be repaired in Bulgaria. This is our support.